Hey there, and welcome to our online Green Living Workshop series. My name's Ashley and I'm one of the environmental education team here at Central Coast Council. Today I'm going to do a really fun activity that shows you how to create what is called a wicking bed. Now this is a type of garden bed that's incredibly water efficient. It saves time in terms of not having to water your garden. If you're one of those people that always forgets to water your plants and ends up with a dry, dead garden bed, then this is a great activity for you. It's also really great to help protect our precious water resource, which is incredibly valuable and sometimes quite scarce on the Central Coast as we go in and out of drought conditions. Now the activity today is going to be a really fun, easy craft activity where we just use some basic materials that you might have lying around the home to create a productive little vegetable garden bed that has a wicking layer in the bottom. It's really important that you wear protective gloves to do this. And you'll see that the bucket that I'm using here is just a normal big plastic bucket. Now I've got some rocks here. Any sort of rocks or pebbles will do. These are the foundation layer for your wicking bed. So we need to put lots and lots of rocks into the bottom of this bucket. Okay, so that should be a pretty good amount of pebbles to create the base layer of our wicking bed. It'd be good to have about 5 to 10 centimeters of rocks in the bottom. And what this does, it creates a vessel for water to sit in. So when we do eventually fill our garden bed up with water, this bottom layer is going to be a container of water that then slowly feeds up into the roots of the plants and gradually creates that water availability to keep your plants nice and healthy. It's important that we create a barrier between our rock layer and our soil layer. You can use any sort of fabric. This one is geotech. You can also use shade cloth. So lay it in there, and then at that level, we need to put a hole in our container. So this hole here is about 10 centimeters from the bottom, and that hole will stop the container from flooding if it rains or if you fill it up with too much water. Now that that vessel has been created in the bottom, we can add a tube. Now this tube is going to allow us to fill up our wicking bed with water about once a week, and that's going to go into the bottom of the container, just like that. All right, now the fun starts. We can get our hands dirty and start filling our container with soil and whatever sort of fresh vegetables you like. This is a compost soil, a nice, rich, organic compost, and we're just going to create a layer of about 20 centimeters on top of that geotech material. At least 20 centimeters depending on the roots of the vegetables that you're growing. We're going to choose lettuce. This is a really easy to grow vegetable, and if you buy some tube stop like this, all you have to do is create a little well for that lettuce to sit in, pop it in there, cover it over with some soil, and there you have your very own fresh vegetable garden that is water wise. When it comes time to add the water, pop it into this little tube here. It'll fill up that container that you've created in the bottom of the vessel, and that will slowly allow that water to seep up into the roots of your vegetables. For the first couple of weeks, it is important to give a little bit of water on top of the soil, just until those roots get deep enough to reach down to that wicking layer on the bottom. If you want to be extra prepared for water-wise conditions, then you can use something like a coconut fiber on top of your garden bed, and that layer prevents any of the water from evaporating out into the air and will make your system even more water efficient. If everyone creates garden beds like these at home, not only will you be providing you and your family with fresh vegetables, you'll also be helping to protect our precious water resources. Thank you for watching this Green Living series, and stay tuned for more green living ideas for you to do at home to help save our precious environment here on the Central Coast. Bye for now.